When I look back at my life, I know that sometimes I followed my heart. And what I ended up with was choices that were painful, hurt others, and that I ended up regretting for a very long time. When you step into an elevator, you decide where you're going to go. And it's the same with your pursuit of purity. You can decide what you do, where you go, and ultimately the path you take. It's always your choice. I'd like to talk to you about your heart and how your heart plays a role in your pursuit towards greater purity. Now, we live in a world today that tells us to follow our heart. If it feels good, do it. If your heart is leading you in this direction, follow it. But is that always the best decision that we can make? Does it always lead us to a destination that we're happy with? When I look back at my life, I know that sometimes I followed my heart. And what I ended up with was choices that were painful, hurt others, and that I ended up regretting for a very long time. So whose heart are we following? That's the question you have to ask yourself, because between your heart and God's heart, there's only one that's untainted, and it's not yours. And between your way and God's way, there's only one that's perfect. And again, it's not yours. So what does God have to say about this? Well, I think this verse in Proverbs chapter 30 is really good. Let me share it with you. It says in verse 19, as water reflects the face, so one's life reflects the heart. So how do we follow God's heart? We spend time in His Word. We ask Him to mold our heart, to change our heart, to love what He loves and to shun what He shuns. Because following God's heart will always lead you to a destination that you'll never regret. Now remember this, the pursuit of purity is a privilege. It's not a burden. And yes, some days are hard. In fact, they may be really hard, but that does not mean that the journey is impossible.